Hey guys, Vulcan Trader here. Just gonna do a quick market update video kind of for today and tomorrow pretty much because I don't see too much changing, but did my video on sitting tight today and that's pretty much all I did today, and I expect to be doing more of that maybe for the rest of the year, I'm guessing, unless I just rotate into a different sector or something. That's about it, but I'll explain all that. But as far everything's looking pretty awesome today for the most part. Everything I'm in is there, kind of all my stuff. Basically, all these ones we had talked about as far as the crypto stuff, and as well as the real estate and the solar. As far as Bitcoin, getting. We undercut the low here. If you see that line through this low, got undercut. Maybe there's some stops here, but also a bunch of buys popped up. And we'll see. Maybe that'll be the bottom there. We don't know. Could drop down further. But the general market's looking pretty strong. All the growth stocks, et cetera, et cetera. And then if we, like I said, the 50-day moving average is coming down here. I put half my money in here. And then if it breaks up above this one, has a good close, I'm going to probably gonna sell my real estate and solar plays for now and go 100% crypto. I just think it'll be faster if I'm right. I just think it's more revolutionary, bigger thing than real estate or solar essentially, and has more cultish buyers and followers, and and then a greater story than all those. So. And then, the year after the halving typically does really well, so that's why I'm doing that. Maybe I'll roll for it. But at the moment, still got some good gains on the short term. But anyway, as far as the crypto stuff, they got the BitW, the BitQ. I told you I sold. I probably should take that off here. But if you want it, something that's cheaper, so you didn't want to buy, you had a smaller account, you could buy BitQ instead of MicroStrategy. But I did a video on why I like MicroStrategy better than BitQ. You can go look up that one. But it's on the George Soros Law of Reflexivity and MicroStrategy. But anyway, that's why that one. This one's just, and then I got another video on how to 2 times Bitcoin performance with crypto trusts. If you understand what all these trusts are, you can go look at that one too. But I talk about like GDLC, BitW, OBTC, and there's GBTC as well. But GDLC. But anyway, and then GDLC is looking really nice here. Got a falling wedge. It peaked out of it here. I'd bought some here, but then looks like it's rejected it, popped back down, but looks like it might be coming out here for Bitcoin bottoms. We shall see. But this is like top 5 cryptos basically weighted by market cap. And then MicroStrategy, you can see here that it's the leader. I think, let's see. So if I go to my list of crypto stocks, I end up being right on this, it seems, so far. If you look at this entire list of all the crypto related stocks, I was showing how MicroStrategy, Bitcoin was going back down here. Bitcoin has fallen like to here, maybe somewhere about this day. MicroStrategy was hitting new, recent highs, maybe for the last couple weeks or whatever. And then, but basically anyway, it's stronger than all the rest. It has more Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Also, you can look at my George Soros Law of Reflexivity one on why I like that one. But they still have another 1 billion in dry powder basically to issue new stock to buy even more Bitcoin, and they own 100,000 Bitcoin right now. But that one's outperforming even Riot or Mara, any of the others at least today. So it looks like we're right on that so far, and it's already above its 50-day moving average. If you see here, some of the others might be some of the So there's some of the crypto miner stocks like Riot, Mara, RPHF. These are pretty solid buys right here. Maybe I should. So that's the thing. Well, I think if Bitcoin drops again, these go back down. But anyway, I'll add some more on pretty soon here. Once Bitcoin breaks up, I'll have to buy them a little higher maybe. But it's kind of a tough call because ultimately, if Bitcoin cracks and goes further, these are going to drop again, even though these are above their moving average. So that's probably what I need to wait for. Just talking out loud here to myself. Stream of thoughts. So anyway, but that's why I like that one the best. And just to show you that it looks like I called it right on that so far. And then go back to all my current stuff. So that's why I like that one better than BitQ, because BitQ's a basket of all this. So to get the stronger name, and you can buy you some 6-month MicroStrategy calls if you wanted for, like December or January, maybe somewhere around, let's say 650, but don't pay more than 100 or so for them, because then it puts you at 750 as your cost basis. So anything up here, I expect maybe you go to 1,500, 2,000 by the end of the year. And then UWMC is, if you see everything else is green on my screen, but then UWMC is looking kind of weak, and had a stop right here on it. Didn't get hit, but it's maybe it'll get hit soon. We'll see. We'll give it a little chance to recover. But anyway, I said, it would depend on what your time frame was on this, and you could have maybe stopped that already. I was trying to give it a little bit more of a chance because I like this pattern that it was given here. This kind of a low high type flag is what I call it. You see, like a high type flag is go up here, and I've got a video on high type flags, but it's same pattern except it's after a drop, and I really like those. Like Roku, Tesla did them in the past. After they crashed a bunch, so that's why I'm still trying to keep this one, see if it'll maybe rebound. I'm gonna stop out here probably on it. And then Workhorse, doing good. I think, was it last week some point we bought it, or I want to say it was about here ish, and it has really high short interest, and looks like this might be the week for it to run. Going up here and maybe fill this gap up here. Whether or not I'll hold it till then, I'm not sure, but still made a little bit of money in the meantime. I'm waiting to rotate back into crypto. I don't like doing lots of short-term trades like this, actually, and I talked, my sitting tight video that I just did today, talk about that, but sometimes that's the way to go. Made a little bit of money on AMC and whatnot, and some others, lost some on some other, but overall made a decent amount of money on the Wall Street bets and AMC, and then in the meantime, while I was kind of waiting for crypto to turn around, but still had a decent amount of money in crypto. And then, and then Open, and so that one's starting to go from what I think was right about here, whenever said to buy it, and then Redfin, also doing really good. I think I said that somewhere right about here is when I said to buy it, so that was pretty good. I did on that, and then in Sedge as well. That's said to buy Sedge here. It's doing really good. My real estate and solar video, if you can go check that one out. And then SunPower has been amazing. That was a killer play. 27 is what said that the day that I said to buy it. And I got back into Wish with a smaller position. Like I said, I'd sold mine. I had a bigger one, but I bought it here and I sold it about here or something last week just because I didn't like the way it was acting at the time. But maybe it looks like it's making flag could jump up here this week. So I have a small position in Wish, and if you want to get into that one too. But I like Workhorse better just because it has a lot more short interest. Though this one is being hyped by Wall Street bets, I think, at the moment. But we'll see. But yeah, you can get back into that one if you want. And this one was just someone told me about. I don't have a lot. I bought some of it. I'm not saying to buy that one, but anyway, it was just someone told me about it. One of them whisper stocks or whatever. Someone told me about it, so I was like, whatever. I'll buy a little bit for you. So that's what that is. But I'm not saying to buy that one. But that's what all I got here. As far as this is kind of my list of good growth ones from the last year or so that I just have it as A, so it shows up alphabetically. All these seem to be turning up, doing good, pretty green today. And then maybe a handful, and then see what else we got. Wall Street bets. AMC is actually looking pretty good here. Yeah, AMC, you could take that. No, actually, maybe AMC's setting up. I don't know. If AMC breaks this high tomorrow, I'd go for it. It's a short-term play, and maybe it could potentially double from here. Like GameStop went, 1,000% on its run. Doge, the same thing on its really big fast run. So maybe AMC will do the same thing. Go to 140 from right here where it broke out. It's there's potential, but I don't know if I'll buy that one again. But anyway, it's not too bad there. It's tightening up on the pattern, so yeah, not a bad deal to try and buy it there. Stop here. I don't know, maybe we'll see, but I'm kind of fully invested at the moment, like what I got. But just to kind of look at all those, and then we got all the China ones I talked about. We were doing good at the beginning of the day, even though I didn't buy any of these, like I said, but just because I was fully invested. But what is it, like Bips? It started to turn out. These are like huge dip buy plays. That homie, and then Baidu. Oh, Baidu, I guess is doing all right. It looks it's turning up. Right there, the China education ones were doing good this morning. Then they kind of dropped a little bit, but maybe those are still taking a while to kind of activate, or maybe they'll go down further. We'll see. But they seemed like a good buy a huge dip opportunity if you wanted something else. And as far as the indexes, let's go to those. They're going up. Broke through the all-time high here. We're grinding up. Same thing with SPY. This is the daily chart, and even though this wedge pattern worries me if it goes up, breaks down below this, but it could be a situation where hard to say, maybe we're just gonna have a slow melt up, kind of like 2017, let's say. I could, because they did the market crashed here, they did a bunch of money printing, and then they dropped rates, they did something, and then look, it just all after. Well, we kind of had a recovery through the next year. It's kind of where right now, where it's maybe like this is how far we are from the drop, somewhere in this neighborhood, on compared to the coronavirus crash. Say this was the coronavirus crash. I'm just hypothetical here, and then it, I could draw a wedge right here too, right? But then it never dropped below. It just kept grinding up and up. And 2017 was like that. It's just slowly went up. They call it the melt up. And the whole year up until here. And then you had a crash here, but still look at all the gains in between and then the coronavirus crash actually finally went back down all the way to go fill all that again, and then it popped back up. So. But anyway, could have a situation like that potentially. I don't. Interest rates are dropping again. If you look at bonds, I think the Fed's doing yield curve control. They can't do anything else. If you look at Matthew Cratter's video, he talks about this. Basically, the government can't pay its debts if they let the interest rates get any higher than like as we look at a weekly chart. These are the long-term ones, or actually let's look at a monthly. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Interest rates are going on forever. They'll probably continue. You just look at these moving averages. Anytime they get up to about here, so our new level that they can't really go past is somewhere in this range, and they already kind of popped up. Maybe they could go a little further, but then the market's going to crash. It's a 10-year bond. The 20 is, I don't know, that one's not as long term. Let's do a 30. The same thing. See, 30 popped up to this green line. Anytime it goes up to there, it always comes back down, and that's because the Fed prints money, which this is the yield, so they'll buy them, which will push the yield down. And so they have to continue to do that, because if the interest rates get too high, our debt to GDP is so high that the government couldn't pay its debt if they didn't continue to do that. So that's basically the thing there. Interest rates going down is bullish for the market. They, dropping. If you look at, they hit up to this range, they're dropping. I don't think they're going to go higher than that, if I were to guess. There. So that's, another thing to look at. So the bonds and, but yeah, the Fed's still doing asset purchases. The interest rates are dropping. The only concern really is just that, and then, everyone's long, I guess, is bearish factors. Everyone's probably long. Maybe not, because we had a bunch of, growth stocks were kind of going sideways and really choppy, and it was hard to get gains unless you were really good at timing and selling the top and then buying back. And for, I'd say most of this year, other than from like January to February, so maybe everyone isn't. Maybe everyone's kind of gotten, gotten worn out, or, kind of a war of attrition. They're so kind of getting exhausted of this type of choppy market as far as the growth stocks, like I was talking about, like the A-list. Like if we look at, I don't know, all these, so yeah, they're not going up like they were like last year. Stuff's going like this, and then And then now that everything's choppy, sideways, so maybe people are getting exhausted. Maybe there is more cash on the sidelines. As far as the indexes, they've been going up, like your FANG stocks, but your growth stuff, it's been sideways, and that's where most of kind of your swing trader investors are trying to get higher returns are at. So maybe that's not true. Maybe not everyone's long, but I feel like there's still a lot of hype in stock trading, but your average person get into it. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. And then what was the other thing? Oh, the money velocity. So if we look at, this is the one. This is the one thing. So meaning that's how fast money's moving or turning over. It's basically just been going down and down and down and down, and it's all-time lows. So what's happening is because they're printing new money ever since the financial crash from '08, and every time that happens, people realize, oh, you just put your money in stocks, and stocks go up forever. Like Dave Portnoy talks about that, like stocks only go up. So everyone realizes that, or real estate or whatever. But if you put your money into an asset, then that asset's going to go up, and then they print more. The plunge protection team, anytime the stock market crashes like Corona, they print more, drop the interest rates, and the cycle continues, but they keep doing this, and so the money velocity, the speed at which people spend the money, keeps going down. And so there's a potential that even though they're still printing at the same rate, that because the velocity goes down so much, you could still have a crash. Usually if they're printing a ton of money, you're not going to have a crash, but because that's just going to cause it to go up, because just the ratio of dollars to stocks, gets, there's, well, I don't know if it goes up or down, but anyway, there's more dollars than there are stocks on the whole because they're printing so much. But then if the money velocity gets so low because it gets so embedded in stocks, there might be a crash until they might have to double up on their rate of printing, if that makes sense. But that's one thing I've been thinking about that might be a bearish factor, but I don't know. That it's kind of it's an unprecedented event, but kind of is, I suppose. But that's maybe one bearish thing could cause a crash, but it's probably best to just go with the Fed. Don't fight the Fed, basically, and go long if they're printing and the interest rates are dropping, as long as they don't go up above these levels, and then we don't have an inverted yield curve, meaning these are the short-term rates. These numbers are lower than the long-term ones, which are these. If they started jumping up and going closer to where the if the 2 was at 1% or something like that, which they're going up a little bit, but they'd have to get all the way up to here to get to kind of what the 10 is, or even higher. So anyway, sorry, I went into a lot more than I expected, but all really cool, good, interesting stuff to know and learn, to think about. But yeah, that's my market analysis for the moment. Things that I would buy for tomorrow. Probably won't make one tomorrow because I already kind of told you what I'm in, what I would buy, as far as the only, which are, you could buy AMC if it breaks above today's high. You could buy Wish if it breaks. Really, you can buy Wish at the open, to be honest, and just have a stop right here. I bought it right here today, but then the small position I do have, and then it went up and then squatted back down to exactly where I'm at. So if you bought it at the open, you'd be about the same as me. Have a stop, right here or something, as far as a short-term play. And then, and then I might stop out of UWMC if you still got that. All the rest stuff I'm holding, and might end up holding a lot of this till the end of the year unless I sell all my real estate and solar and go 100% crypto. But I'm 50% crypto stuff right now. That's it. Like, subscribe, give me some comments, chat with me. Talk to you later.